Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna react to Jaiden's new video, which is why I don't like reading. So if you guys didn't see my last video, which I talked about why I like reading, mostly of Diary of Wimpy Kids, you should all check it out because this is where I talk about this video. So let's see the video.
Reading, books,
Yes,
libraries.
they exist.
It's all boring. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. When I was growing up, it was pretty normal. But now I always hear people gush about how great it is to bundle up in a warm blanket with, quote, a good book.
Like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm dabbing right now.
While the faint light of the fall evening peeks out of their cracked windows and hits their collection of plants perfectly.
Cool.
They've got a warm cup of
Actually, my grandma in Portugal has a collection of plants in the top floor.
chamomile tea they've prepared with the Keurig they use daily. And actually, it's a funny story. They were about to get one at Target because they were on sale, but they received one as a gift instead. What a coincidence. And they have a cat. I'm not saying that isn't a poetic life you've got going on over there.
I don't have a cat. I have a dog, and I'm a reader, like those.
But I still don't like reading and have a cat allergy. It's kind of complicated. The thought of reading sounds really
Well, that's new. We now heard that Jaiden has a cat allergy. I think that's why she has a bird.
nice to me. It's supposed to be calming and good for your brain in some sort
That's
of
why I
way.
read it a lot.
I don't know how exactly, but people repeat it all the time, so it might be true. But I think I've got some weird reading PTSD from school because the other part of my brain thinks about how boring and slow and too quiet it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of silent and quiet when you like study or read a book. I always need a little bit of noise in the background so I can study. But if nah, that is not a problem. I can read it all day if I need to.
And I feel like I have to take notes and memorize things and identify the
You're
plot
not in a
points
test,
and know the names
Jaiden.
and symbolisms and To Kill a Mockingbird. And oh God, was I supposed to read up to chapter 7 by Thursday or through it? I used to love reading. I still have the strong memory of going to my elementary school's library and being excited to check out the next Geronimo Stilton.
Geronimo Stilton. Hey, did any of you guys watch the Geronimo Stilton episodes in the TV, or did you guys read the books? I didn't read the books, but I did see the episodes. Yeah.
Book because I love the pictures and fun text they had. They always wrote the word cheese like this, and
because they're rats.
being able to read books that had more than 10 words on the page was impressive to a 6-year-old. Whenever I found a book I liked growing up, I would read it nonstop. I was able to crush a 300-pager in 2 days, which I don't think is considered impressive anymore, but it was in 5th grade, and look, that was the only self-worth I had, all right? But when school started making us read books by...
Look at this Geronimo. A billion Geronimos.
force, it kind of took the fun away from me.
No. Oh no, the public school system is attacking.
I don't like being told what to do with my free time.
That's right. Don't tell anyone. Can't tell anyone to do what they can do or they can't do, and if they need to do in the free
Especially
time.
if you're gonna make me read a book written in the 1940s that I need cliff notes to decode just to realize that all the animals were communists. Also, it's
Mexican.
20% of my grade. I get it though. What else are we gonna do in English?
I know those. Like if you read if you're like if a book is like 50% of your grade, and it's a super boring book wrote in a caveman times. I don't know how it's possible, but still, it can be pretty boring. Only if the adventures in the caveman were cool and like, who knows?
Class. We can all understand each other, right? We're speaking English. That's got to count for something, right? But the more I had to read really cryptic books in my spare time where the symbolism is in the color of the main character's curtains, and I'm not even observant enough to realize they had curtains. To not really having fun and also feeling like an idiot. I like my subtlety like I like my coffee.
Yeah.
Splash in my face. How am I supposed to know what the A stands for adultery? I don't know.
Maybe it's from your adult and you have a baby or something, because that's what the picture is looking at.
I mean, a woman for all I know. Asparagus, but all that isn't anything new. Everyone complains about English assignments. Everyone hates reading the Scarlet Letter. Everyone thinks school should die. However, something that also...
I only think school shouldn't die because I have science. I freaking love science. And don't tell me I'm a nerd, because I'm not.
So locked in my disdain for reading was my mom.
If I was a nerd, everyone in the school will say that.
Hi, Mom.
But I'm not.
Of course, as a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure.
What, like Mario Kart? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm stopped.
So what's the solution? Make them read more.
Oh, that was a Nintendo Switch? I think that's a Nintendo Switch.
As a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure. So what's the solution?
This is a Nintendo Switch. She drew a Nintendo Switch.
Solution? Make them read more. And on paper, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I'll probably use that parenting technique too, when applicable. I think my mom made the obvious good parenting decision. But as the victim here, I believe I fell in the small minority where it had the overall opposite effect.
Like, people, like your mom was like, oh wait, I need to make her read more so that she won't grow on video games too much, but like Mario Maker 2. But then that did the opposite.
During summer vacation, my mom would always tell me that I needed to read at least 2 books so I don't forget how to read. Whenever my mom would walk in on my brother and I playing Mario Kart together in the living room, she would ask if we've read yet today, which we would respond no, because reading's for chumps, and then she'd lock us in our rooms to be chumps. I started hating reading so much, I would rather do literally nothing than read a book.
Oh, you'd rather do nothing. You'd rather sit in a room, do nothing instead of read a book, right? I think that's it.
There were a couple summers where I faked reading entire books because I just didn't want to read that much. There was this one about dragons, I think, called The Secret Country, and I still remember that just looking at the cover would put me in a bad mood because of hatred association. Screw your secret country. When I was being forced to read, I would sit angrily on my bed, open the book, move the bookmark a reasonable amount forward to make it look...
that's a good sheet, dude. I mean, ma'am, that's a good sheet. Like, guys, if you guys don't like reading and you need to, like, 10% of your grade or something, just do what Jaiden did. She moved the page marker a lot. That is smart.
Like I read, and then just sit there for 30 minutes staring at it. It was boring, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I could have had at least a decent time if I just tried to read the dang book, but I guess it turned into a dignity thing. Actually, the ironic part is maybe a year or so later, I decided to restart the same book and give it another shot on my own terms, and I finished it in 2 days. It was pretty good. I did it again with another book called Molly Moon and the Morphing Mystery. It's like the 5th book in this Molly Moon series. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the story, but it's about this orphan who can hypnotize people and has a pug. Anyway, it's funky because I actually read the first few books of the series on my own and remember really liking them. I would read them any chance I got, but as soon as I was forced to read this one, I just decided I'd rather literally waste my time.
Oh, it's like when you want to read it anytime you want, you like it, but when you're forced to read it, you don't like it. That is good. I think that's good. Your parents shouldn't force you to read a book you like just because they think that you'll read it.
And sit alone rebelling against reasonable parenting. But this time I never went back to read it. I think that might have been the point of no return for me.
Well,
I think the association of reading as a necessity or some sort of punishment has deep-rooted itself in me, and now I just feel like reading isn't fun or I'm in trouble for something even though I live alone. I've tried listening to audiobooks, but honestly, they make me feel really lonely.
Oh man, I said this before.
I don't know why. It might be the lack of visuals. I like pictures. And also no one else is around. It's the same with music. I've never been a big music person, so whenever I try to sit down and do something while listening to music, it somehow enhances this feeling of being alone and like time is going by slower, which makes me uncomfortable. So I always have either YouTube videos or more recently Twitch streams in the
Oh,
background.
it's Mario. It's Super Mario. Ninja speedrun. Oh, that's the new mode in Super Mario 2 Maker 2. Sorry. Like you race against a bunch of ninjas, and all those ninjas are other players, and you guys need to get to the end.
I'm still not super used to Twitch yet, but I like Ryukar's stuff. He plays Mario Maker. Sometimes I wish I read more. It might be good for me to slow down instead of always consuming fast-paced content on the internet. But on the other hand, I think it's just a preference I have that's been cemented with bad association. If you like reading, I think that's really great. I've got a lot of friends who like reading, and it's cool that
I like reading Diary of a Wimpy. Okay, I'll stop.
You've got a really nice hobby you can fall back on to de-stress, or however you people feel while staring at words all day.
Hey! That's offensive. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just making a joke. That's not offensive.
I was gonna say you should recommend a good book I should give a try, but I took a second to think about if I would actually try to read any suggestions. Yeah. And being real with myself, the answer is no. So, enjoy that chamomile tea.
It's still drifting.
Hey, how's everyone doing? At home, I suppose. I'm lucky that I work from home and rarely leave the house, and quarantine isn't hitting me too hard. But to those of you who are outside people needing suggestions, may I suggest watching all of my videos in an infinite...
This one of Flofi's art corner is like, it's like for me or something. Animal Crossing. No, what am I saying?
Loop until we can leave our houses.
Like when character Smash Bros.
Or Animal Crossing.
House.
I actually recommend that one more. Any mutuals who are playing.
What did you recommend?
May I suggest watching all of my videos in an infinite loop until we can leave our houses? Or Animal Crossing? I actually recommend that one more. Any mutuals who are playing, send me your friend code because I want to add you. I've been doing this thing where before I open up the game, I'll look at my friend list and see how many people online are playing Animal Crossing. Normally it's 100%. Anyway, however you're keeping yourself busy during quarantine, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching my video. Bye.
That's good.